Today we're going to talk about 3 tools that you can use to get out of spiraling after your breakup. If you feel like everything is out of your control, they broke up with you, they left you, all you can think about is getting them back and you're sick of it. You don't want to feel like this anymore. You want to get back to normal where you feel like your work matters, your hobbies matter, you're a person that's not just super deep into breakup stuff all the time. I'm going to give you 3 different methods. So you can choose which one you like. I'd watch all of them and maybe even try all of them and dive into the one that you like the most. So I want to first start with how I got into this and why this is important to me. I got divorced when I was 23, and then I got in a relationship after that for 10 months. Immediately after the divorce, I got into that relationship. So then I was 24 and felt completely lost in my life. I felt like nothing mattered. All I could think about was getting her back. All I could do was watch no contact videos, and I had no idea how I was ever going to get out of that sadness. And the things I'm going to share with you today are some things that I accidentally stumbled upon. And as I've learned and read more books and watched videos and worked with 2,000 clients over the last 3 years, these are things that I've seen to really, really work. So the first one is called active versus passive challenges. And most of these are going to have to deal with this idea called the locus of control. So with the locus of control, what that means is, do you view the control of your life as coming from outside of you or inside? Does your work, politics, the government, other people control your life, or do you control it? And people have found that if you believe that you control your life, then you're going to be a lot less depressed, you're going to have more motivation, and you're going to be able to accomplish what you want to feel purpose and meaning in your life. After a breakup, most people start to feel like they cannot control their lives anymore, because the person they want to be with either couldn't make the relationship work, they couldn't change so that you could stay with them, or they just left you and now you have no control. You just want them back and they won't come back. So you feel like you can't control anything in your life. So the first thing you can do to start to shift this, and all of these are in some way going to shift it, but this first one especially, is imagining your life as a scale. So if you imagine that there's a scale and this is things you can't control, that convinces you that the locus of control, the location of control is on the outside of you, and this is things you can control, the location is inside of you. You just had someone not make the relationship work, so it feels like nothing is in your control. If you use this technique, which is called small wins, then you can start to slowly pile that so the scale shifts and you start to believe you can control things again. Start as small as possible. So with my clients I work with, and this whole topic I go deeper in my book as well, which I'll link below. But as you start to, one way that you can do this is if you start as small as possible. I have my clients start with taking care of their bodies first. So when you get up in the morning, do you brush your teeth? Do you get ready? Do you eat? If you can't eat, do you drink protein? Do you drink some sort of calories? Start as small as possible by taking care of your body. After you do that, level it up into making your bed, and then clean your room, and then redecorate something. After you can do that, then you level up to keeping your home clean, and then you level up beyond that. That is one of the first and most easy ways you can start to feel like you have control again in your life, is controlling the smallest controllables possible. And it works because as you start controlling those small things, that scale will shift and you'll start to believe, I have control over my life. My life is not decided by my ex. I can do this. All right? One other thing that we'll do, I can illustrate that with this analogy. So I drive a 1998 Toyota T100. It's an old truck. It's as old as I am. And I love it. It's a great truck. But when it gets dirty and when I don't take care of it, I don't love it anymore. I want to get a different truck. I don't like it. But if I wash it and I vacuum it out and I use like those wipes that make the plastics clean, then I start to like it again and I remember how beautiful it is. And you feel that same way about yourself. So as you do these little wins, you start taking care of yourself, your self-esteem will naturally rise as well as you start to enjoy being you again. All right? So that's the first thing. Second tip that you can do, I call this one the life map. So in your life, there are certain things you can control and certain things that you can't control. I've narrowed it down to 6 things which you can, and viewing it like this helps you systematically improve those things, and you can improve your life and get past the breakup quicker. So the first one is family relationships, then friend relationships, next religion/spirituality, then hobbies or interests, then work, or school. And then last is self-care, like going to the gym, learning things, stuff like that, eating. One way you can improve and start to feel like you can control your life again is take those 6 categories and rank them post or pre-breakup when you were still with your ex, and then post-breakup now, and then look at what the numbers are. Rank them from 0 to 10 based on your level of satisfaction. Now, as I work with people, what most people see is when they were with their ex, the numbers are usually higher. So like they were pretty comfortable with everything, but now their ex left, they're isolating themselves from their family and friends. They feel abandoned by God, so they don't pray anymore. They don't do their hobbies. They don't work hard at work because it all feels meaningless. They don't go to the gym because they don't get out of bed. And then they expect themselves to move on, and you're asking your brain something that's impossible. You're saying, brain, look at all this beautiful life that I had back here, and then look at this crappy life I have now. Be in this one. And it doesn't want to do that because it would rather live in a beautiful fantasy than move on to this dull, dismal present and no future. So what you can do is once you have all those numbers and you see where you are, pick 2 to 3 activities that you could do and list them out that would raise the numbers. So for family, you could call your mom. For hobbies, you could take a kickboxing class. For friends, you could set up a time to hang out. Religion, you could read scripture to say a prayer, something like that. Make a list. You should have about 15 things, and then make it a goal that you do one of those things every day. And every couple of weeks, you refresh your list. But as you do that, you're going to be systematically making your life more enjoyable. And then over time, you're going to like it. And this is kind of works with the scale too. Once you like that present, at least as much as you liked the past, it's going to be so much easier to stop dwelling on the past and wishing to be there, okay? Last thing I'll give you is the ratio between active and passive challenges. And again, you can try all 3 of these things, see which one works the best for you, but they all work for somebody. Active and passive challenges. So I'm going to define them first, and I'm going to talk about what I'm talking about. So an active challenge, or we'll do passive first. A passive challenge is something that is just thrust upon you by the world. So it's like you have to make money for rent or your mortgage. You have to work. You have to eat. You have to take care of the kids. You have to do things. Those are passive challenges. No matter what, like they have to be done because they're your obligations. Active challenges are things that you do for no other reason than you want to, and they're hard. So like going to the gym because I want to become stronger. Learning a language because I want to be more versatile and smarter. Learning to play guitar because I want to have that talent. Those are all active challenges because you're actively putting them into your life for no other reason than to make yourself more fulfilled. People who feel out of control in their lives usually have a higher ratio of passive challenges compared to active challenges. So if you feel extremely overwhelmed or like nothing matters, the solution is actually to do more, not less. More in the area of active challenges. So my challenge to you, if that's the one you want to try, is pick a goal or something that is active that you would have to work on, is going to be hard, and then commit to do that. As you do, then you're going to feel more in control of your life, and you're also going to like yourself more because we love what we invest in, especially what we invest time in. All right, so I hope those help. And again, they're all in my book, so you can check that out. If you want one-on-one coaching to get better through this, you feel like you're completely lost, I'd love to work with you. That link's in the description too. And let me know in the comments what other questions you guys have, what we should talk about. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.